デイリークエスト強者を目指して。腕立て腹筋スクワットランニング。なんだよこれ。冗談もほどほどにしてくれよな。
100 push-ups. 100 sit-ups. 100 squats. Do it every single day!
It's December 1st and day one of my 30-day, well, I'm gonna make it 31-day challenge now because fuck it. I'm going to promise right now to run 1 hour every single day, do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and I'm going to train to become the fucking main character of my own anime. Time to get started.
Every kid growing up has a role model, whether it's the cool kid in class, an NBA star, a movie character, our own dad. There are those that we look up to as a symbol of strength and an ideal that we're looking to become like when we're older. For me, anime characters were always my idols. The main character of any action anime was always a badass who had to overcome impossible odds to protect those that they loved and work harder than anyone else. I always dreamed about being as strong as them. Even when they were the weakest, they always found a way of getting stronger than anyone with hard work and determination. But I'm tired of being a side character that just watches other people achieve things and glorifies those that are actually able to do the hard work to live the life that they want and become stronger. I took on this challenge because I wanted to see how much sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears it would take for me to train and become like an anime main character that I always admired. Just like Saitama from One Punch Man and Jin-Woo from Solo Leveling, I'm weak and I want to become stronger, and the only way to level up is by becoming consistent with my training. Right from the start, I knew that this challenge was going to be difficult, not because I couldn't do it, but because I was wondering if I could be consistent with it through a whole month. Because a month would give me a lot of good days, but also some bad days. And with that comes the potential of me falling off. And over the course of a month, I was going to come face to face with a lot of external challenges, but also internal demons that would try to stop me from moving forward in the direction of becoming stronger. And how I faced those challenges would ultimately determine if I was going to be successful or not at this challenge.
This challenge that I'm doing is from One Punch Man and Solo Leveling. And if anybody has seen those animes, they know that the original challenge is to actually run 10 kilometers every single day, along with the 100 squats, push-ups, and sit-ups. And honestly, I changed it to an hour because I'm thinking that to do it every single day for 1 month, 10K for me, I'm extremely slow right now. And this is probably an excuse that I will have to come back to and fight with. So that's the first run down. Let's see how far I was able to run in an hour. So, fuck, my hands are frozen. So in an hour, I was only able to run 8.5 kilometers. Back when I was running marathons consistently, I could easily do 10 kilometers within 50 minutes. So I have a lot of work to do to be able to do 10 kilometers consistently every single day, because in this weather and in my current condition, this 1-hour run felt pretty tough already, so I have a lot of work to do.
I feel like I could do this for one day. Like, if somebody told me to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, run for 10K an hour, whatever, for one day, I could easily do it. But doing it over the span of a month, which would cause so many excuses and reasons for just not doing it because life gets in the way, right? I've heard that excuse so many times from people about life getting in the way, but I don't really want that to happen with my goals.
Doing this every morning is not fun. It is it's actually only the 4th day I've been doing this in a row. I have to sacrifice going out late at night. I have to wake up earlier before work. And I'm doing this run on top of my regular workouts at the gym too. So I'm adding a lot more onto my plate by doing this, and I'm already having so many doubts about myself when it comes to how long I can do this for, but I don't want to quit any challenge just because it gets tough.
It's been about a week since I've started this challenge, and while I haven't noticed a change in my body, at least physically not yet, I have noticed that my mind has started to change. I used to always find an excuse to not wake up early, to not do the things that I said that I would do. There would always be a good excuse, usually just the lack of energy or the fact that I was working too much to make the time to create videos, to write, to run, to really do anything other than just indulge myself, usually with smoking. But after telling myself I was going to commit to this for 30 days, even though I knew it wasn't going to be tough doing just for one day, but it was going to be tough doing consistently, I have noticed that my mind has changed to the point where I am telling myself that I have to do it and that I can do it. Whereas before, I would tell myself I'm too tired to wake up. I don't want to prioritize running. I don't want to prioritize my sleep. I feel like things are starting to get much more in order because now I have a reason to go to sleep early. I can't really scroll endlessly on my phone at night the way that I used to until 2 a.m. because I have to be up and running by 6:30 if I want to make it on time for work. So that gives me a good enough reason to be in bed by 9:30, which I literally don't think I've ever fallen asleep at 9:30 ever since I was like a fucking baby, honestly. All my days in high school and university, I'd be going to sleep at literally 6 a.m. So it's kind of funny because there is a version of me that is literally up and running at the time that my younger self, the one in high school, would be going to sleep. And that's why I'm really doing this challenge, to prove to him how tough I can be. Even though I can't control everything, I have to figure out a way of prioritizing the things that matter the most to me, because ultimately that's what I'm saying I value, the things that I choose to spend my time on. And it doesn't matter. Nothing else really matters except for what you choose to put your time in. That really tells you who you are. At this point of the challenge, I was feeling pretty confident about myself, and I had told all of my boys about it. After going to the gym with my boys and putting in my 100 squats, push-ups, and sit-ups, it was time to run. And I was a bit surprised when my boys decided to join me for my 1 hour run, but they weren't joining me in the way that I expected them to. They would make this day of the challenge just a little bit harder than I expected.
There he goes. Running in the middle of winter. There he goes. Keep going, boy. There's a stranger in the distance.
Slappy, take off the layer. That's great, I only have 2 layers.
So strip it. Keep going.
You got shoes, you got underwear, you got pants.
Throw it there. Yeah, there you go. Run. Who the fuck is doing this, bro?
Take off that tank top.
There you go.
Alright, bro, you already know what you gotta do now.
Take off the pants, bro. You're already halfway there. You're halfway there. Yo, Jeremiah, how long have we been standing here? In 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Yeah, he's been running for 25 minutes in the snow, but we managed to convince him to strip down. Hopefully we can get his pants too.
Woke up today not even wanting to do this challenge, bro. And I guess this is my consequence for waiting. I waited long enough for you and Jeremiah to be here to convince me to run without my fucking shirt on, bro. This is actually insane. I thought you guys were like two giant dogs for a second. Your nipples are really
Yo. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Jesus Christ. It's been around 45 minutes, and me and Jeremiah are just watching this guy run for almost an hour. He's so close. My God, I cannot believe it. He did it. Hey! Mission accomplished. Good job, bro. Good job, bro.
I feel my hands.
Good job.
Watch your step.
Yesterday after running, I decided to take things comfortably, and I ended up smoking last night. And I'm realizing that how just one action can impact my whole state of mind, because this run today was a lot tougher. And it wasn't tough because I was tired or my legs weren't working. It was just my mind just kept on telling me to stop. And I'm realizing that what I choose to prioritize will impact the entirety of my life. Like, what's my number one value? And I have to figure out that if I want to become stronger, I have to value that above everything.
What does it mean to get stronger? I've never met anyone who's ever wanted to be weaker, but when we're thinking about getting stronger, we struggle to make the best decision that will make us stronger. Everyone I know wants to become physically and mentally strong, to be able to face the challenges that life gives us. That's why I love having brothers to grow with. We always push each other to become better, and I always have somebody to challenge myself against. But these days of the challenge grew harder and lonelier. Nobody was going to stand by and motivate me to run every single day, to do push-ups, sit-ups, and squats when I didn't want to, when I had just finished work. And honestly, some days I was falling short of my goal. I'd run anywhere between half an hour to 45 minutes. I tried to make it up by running up and down the stairs at work, but I knew deep down I wasn't giving it my all. I had set out to run just an hour because I had already negotiated the 10 kilometers, but even then, I was still negotiating the 1 hour that I promised I would stick to for the whole challenge. I still wasn't trying my best. Some days I felt like a robot that just had to finish a task. I started wondering what the point of this stupid challenge was when nobody was watching me, nobody kept count.
Honestly, nobody even cares about this challenge that I'm doing right now. I mean, it was fun seeing my brother and both of my brothers basically look at me run in the cold, and I hope that motivated them. But other than that, nobody is going to look at me. Nobody is counting each push-up I do, each sit-up, each squat, each minute that I run. But I feel accountable for this, because if I set myself up for this challenge and I create an excuse for why I couldn't complete it on any given day, or I just lie about it, then I feel that I'm setting a precedent for myself to excuse myself out of doing anything hard in the future. And I really don't want to be that person. I want to show to myself, especially to my younger self, that I am capable of so much more than I realize. And I want to be able to look back at the end of the 30 days when I inevitably finish this challenge and know that I did my best every single day.
Even if no one is watching us when we work in silence, we are always watching and judging ourselves, seeing if we give into weakness when we are alone, if we keep our word when no one is watching us. Doing this challenge, even when I didn't want to, made me realize that the difference between me, someone who wants to get stronger, and the anime characters that I admire who are actually stronger is the difference in our determination. They sacrifice all their weaknesses, excuses, and abandon everything that holds them back. And if I finished this challenge, I began to realize I would still be just half-baked. The exceptional, the strong, the people and characters that I respect all do something that I don't, and that's being consistent, working to achieve their goals no matter how they're feeling and what the world is telling them about themselves, whether they can or can't do it. They don't let life get in the way. They don't negotiate with their weakness. They don't take a day off just because they are feeling weak that day. They push through every obstacle that's in their way until they achieve their goal.
And it's easy to imagine these people as ignorant to all the challenges that are going to come their way. But the alternative is that we let the challenges define us, that we give up, that we start making excuses for ourselves when we promise to do something. And then we find out that it's harder than we actually want to. But that's the thing that I was learning from this challenge, is that my goals and your goals are going to take an amount of work that we will never know until we try our best. Because when we feel that we've given everything that we have towards a challenge, it's still going to require more. And it's at that point where we have to ask ourselves, are we going to give up, or are we going to give more? The middle part of the challenge was the hardest for me. The days where I couldn't see the beginning anymore and I couldn't see the end. It just felt that every day was the same. But that's the thing about time, is that no matter how we're feeling about it, it's still going to keep on moving forward. And so day by day, I still did the work. Some days I did better than others, and some days I fell a little bit short. But I never gave up on my challenge. I had to show up every single day and try my best to do what I had set out to do. 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, run for an hour. Nobody was watching, nobody was counting, but I was watching. And I was watching myself grow just a little bit every single day, just getting 1% better.
I have a surprise special guest for the last day of the year. Who is it? It's Kalong. Hello. Today is New Year's Eve, and it's the last day of the challenge. Running 10 kilometers every day did not honestly work out, but I did manage to run every single day. And even if I didn't run the full hour that I wanted to some days, I was able to run consistently for the first time in a very long time. Even signed up for my first marathon in over a year. I got 4 months to train for this thing. I do not enjoy running for 42 kilometers. It is going to be painful. And on New Year's, me and my friend are planning on running like 30K, so that's gonna be a bit of a challenge.
A few moments later.
We hit 100! Dude, we just hit 100. We just hit 100. And
Thank God,
in
bro.
only 21 hours.
Oh
21
my God, I'm
hours.
so tired.
This challenge made me realize that I had to make time for this every single day.
Getting started and feeling motivated to start a new challenge was honestly the easy part. Running for the first time was the easy part because I was motivated. But after a while of waking up early and running first thing in the morning, I just honestly wouldn't want to do it. And even though I didn't run as much as I wanted to, I was able to still run every single day and fit some long runs in too now. And that's helped me develop a foundation of being able to say that I can be consistent with my running, with the gym. And it's made me realize that the hardest part is actually staying consistent to anything, no matter how small or big that challenge is for myself or for you. It's really about making the time every single day, especially when life gets in the way. Like, I could have said that I had work and I had to get there early and I didn't have the time to run, to go to the gym, but I had to make it. And even if I didn't do the challenge the way that I wanted to every single day, I still found ways of working out even when I couldn't. So that would be me running up the stairs. That would be me doing squats and push-ups in the office when I wasn't around anybody. And that might seem a bit crazy and it might seem a bit stupid if anybody sees me doing it, honestly, but that's the thing about personal goals and personal challenges, is that often I realize it won't make sense to the people around me, because I remember telling my friends like all the time right when we're about to go out or when there's something that we want to go do, I'd be like, I have to run first. I have to do my sit-ups first, because I know that if I went out, I wouldn't want to do it later. And that's the real thing, right? That's when the challenge actually is a challenge, is when do you find the time to do what you really want? When do you find the time to keep your word? Because there's so many distractions, there's so many responsibilities that could have kept me away from it. And I could have easily made the excuse that I went to the gym, did all of my other stuff already, so why do I need to do this stupid challenge of push-ups, sit-ups, and squats and run? And I remember it would literally be like an hour right before I went to sleep, and then I'd realize that I didn't do my push-ups and my sit-ups yet, and I'd be on call with my girl and I'd have to tell her, okay, I have to do my push-ups and sit-ups before I can sleep, because I can't just not keep my word, especially when I know I'm making this video here that helped hold me accountable. And accountability was another big part of this challenge, because there's nobody keeping track, there's nobody counting the push-ups, the sit-ups, the squats for me, but I knew in my head there was this internal scorecard, or at least internal voice saying that you promised that you would do this. So I could easily fool everybody around me, but I can't ever fool myself. And that was the biggest thing keeping me going forward, is how I would see and how I would think of myself. Because I didn't want to get to the end of this month and feel like shit, knowing that I slept in, that I failed on certain days, that I just made up excuses for why I couldn't do what I said I would do. I feel more confident in myself. Internally, I feel stronger. I feel that my word has more meaning now, because I know that I can keep it for a long time. Because anybody can do something for one day. You can quit smoking, you can stop drinking for one day, but can you do it for a week? Can you do it for a month? Can you do it for as long as you said that you would? Even if it's hard, even if there's excuses, even when you have bad days, because everybody has bad days in a month, a year. And that's where the challenge really lies, is who are you on those bad days and how are you going to show up for yourself? But I'm walking Calum right now, and after that I'm going to go to the gym and finish my last set of sit-ups, squats, and push-ups, and actually run for 10 kilometers today.
Do you not know who we are? Do you not know who we are? Come on, boy! Come on, boy, let's go! I'm AKA this guy's first. I'm about to smoke him.
I'm cooked.
Alex Hormozy has this idea that the Rocky montage, it lasts for like 2 minutes in the actual show or TV. But in real life, that could last 2 years. And even though I did not run for 2 years straight, I did have to do this challenge consistently for a whole month. And there were times where seconds would feel like minutes and minutes would feel like hours. And there's just a lot of small moments in between that I honestly just can't capture, of self-doubt, fear, and just overall just overthinking. I would be trying to talk myself out of running, doing the extra set of push-ups and sit-ups just all the time. And in my head, it's always running around to a point where I didn't want to do it. And it lasted for so long, but it's done now. And that's the thing about montages or clips that we see from other people's lives and even this video. It doesn't capture everything. And it's not even supposed to feel good all the time when you're chasing a goal. At least that's what I've found, that all the goals that I chase, they honestly suck. Like, they do not feel good to do every single day. And so picking up this challenge and being able to stay committed to it, I don't know if I feel like the main character of an anime, like I'm said I would at the start of this, but I do know that I feel more powerful. I feel more assured in myself. And that peace of mind in knowing that I can do hard things is something that I don't want to just give up for a comfortable life. Now, obviously there's a next step, right? I'm not done yet because I didn't run every single day for an hour like I wanted to, or even for the 10 kilometers. And that just means that there's more room to grow. And that's the thing, is that I'm never going to be done this. There's always going to be room to grow, but I'm taking the small steps now to become the man that I want to be eventually. So that just means that I'm getting closer to becoming stronger. And if I didn't take those steps, if I didn't let myself feel stupid, feel weak, then I would have just stayed comfortable. And that's not a life that is honestly deserving of an anime. So if I want to be the main character of my own life, if I want to be strong and confident and know that I know what I'm talking about, then I have to be willing to do the hard work.
I did do it with you for a long time.